How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Just pulling up the stiff, getting the stream going. Pulling up the stiff, getting that echo. Getting the stream going. Pulling up the stiff, getting that echo. Getting the stream going. Pulling up the stiff, getting that echo. Oh yeah, this is going well. This is going well. I could turn it off at any moment. Oh yeah, this is going well. This is going well. I could turn it off at any moment. Oh yeah, this is going well. This is going well. But I've decided not to. This is kind of fun. Yeah, this is going well. This is quality content. Not to. This is kind of fun. Yeah, this is going well. This is quality content. Not to. This is. I feel like maybe we should. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Sorry, I do monitor the stream. I just don't play it through the headphones usually. Put it on pretty low quality too. It's just a way, like, if I suspect that there's problems, I can look over there and see. I used to have a decent number of problems. So yeah. Okay. Those are up. Those are up. Chat's up. Now all we have to do is get some music going. All we need to do is get some music going. And we'll be good. It's a little loud, isn't it? Let's see, negative 30 decibels. We'll aim for negative 35. See how that's going. Might be a little loud still, but we'll see. It's a little louder than I normally do. All right. There we go. All right, let's get into this. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. What are we doing? We're picking up where we left off. One, we first need to restart our Twitch alerts because that's a thing we do at the start of streams now. Mr. Scott B, how are you doing tonight, sir? You know what? You're not. I don't need this. Let's see. It is 3 that rocks Twitch alerts. Uh-oh. Oh, we're in pods. Let's go, and we'll delete this one. Yes. Are you feeling better? I know the last time you were feeling a little sick. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Hopefully you're feeling just a little bit better. All right, we're up and running. Cool. Sleepy? Good. Sleepy's not bad. Ooh, you know what I did do? I made a new GitHub account. It's been a real pain because I've had to tiptoe while streaming because like I have corporate stuff. So I can't even click on this because like it leaks stuff that's not necessarily public. None of it's necessarily sensitive either. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually switch to that. This is going to be, so I made a new GitHub account, which it's kind of funny because my professional GitHub account is the one under Clavin now. And my not professional one will be under Merrick accounts, which I find to be quite hilarious, but that's how it's going to be. So you know what? I did make that today. So I'm going to go switch to that. Add account. All right, sweet goodness. Now, I made my new account also the owner of the null channel. But now we can click on stuff and view stuff, and we can like go to your organizations and not just leak entire long list of organizations that I'm in. Cool. Yep. Awesome. So these are just the ones we do for channel. Awesome. This is good. This is like sudo basically now. I can switch to my professional account. I can switch to my professional account, or you know, just keep it casual in the Oh, that makes me super happy. Okay. So, but this will allow me to, basically now I have sudo for GitHub. And they have pretty good support for it too, which I was pretty happy with. Like they have this switch account, so I can just switch back and forth, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. What are we doing? We're just going to do some more GitOps. Raw code would be proud of me. All right, so we made these build a container on PR. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is where we kind of left off. We made these all build a container on the PR, and then they are supposed to update the tags for their thing. I switched between WesTerm and Alacrity. Why do you use the terminal that you use? I mean, I can tell you one reason why I've been using WesTerm. So my thought here was a lot of the times when I use something like a terminal multiplexer like tmux, really all I want to do is have different tabs and switch between them. And the cool thing with WesTerm is that's actually built into WesTerm. Not only that though, it's fully configurable here. Now, I haven't been using it because I've been learning Vim and I cannot squeeze another key combo into my little brain right now. But this is like one of the main reasons I've been giving WesTerm a shot. Yeah, Alacrity is great. And Tmux is great. I have no problem with it. So a lot of the times why you use something like Tmux is not what I'm doing. I want to run the Twitch mock server somewhere. And maybe go view its logs if I need to. That's what I'm using it for, which a tab is nice. But your argument for Alacrity is fast and Kitty has all the stuff. Okay, but why use those two things? Why use those? You didn't actually make an argument against WesTerm, right? As far as performance goes, I cannot tell the difference in performance. Maybe Kitty uses less. Maybe. I mean, like, or Alacrity. Maybe. I've run both of them. I don't know that I feel any difference in either one of them. So I don't know. Why do you use the terminal that you use? So is WesTerm, right? WesTerm is written in Rust, right? I don't really use something though because it's written in Rust. I mean, it might be cool, but it's also not the reason. Yeah, it's in Rust. So it's kind of cool that it puts the multiplexer stuff in there for you. It does Alacrity not fit any of my needs? No, it's fine. And I use Alacrity on stream as well. So I actually use both on stream. I've wanted to do this more, like actually do this, but I haven't, just because I can't do that and be doing Vim at the same time, learning Vim at the same time. Everything is better after it's written in Rust. You have not seen my Rust code. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Oh, you know what we don't have? We don't have... Okay, so what we need to do... Okay, sorry. My one monitor was looking wrong. I don't know what it was showing. It's fine. Cool. Our front end. Our front end has no build yet. Our old front end did, and we'll probably just replicate that. So I guess Scott B, my argument would be, I don't know why I use WesTerm, but I also don't have an argument why I wouldn't use it. It hasn't failed me in any way that another terminal, has done better. Alacrity and and Kitty are great. I have nothing against them either. Like, this is not me saying that it's better than those either. There is one particular feature that I feel like is interesting that I would like to use in the future, with that the fact that it has a multiplexer built in, which I think is an interesting concept. Good Sir Dane, how are you doing? I call you Dane, but is it Alex? Like, do you prefer Alex and I've just been using Dane? You know what, Scott B? Absolutely. I have an argument why I won't use Warp. Absolutely. And I guess that's why, like, I was responding as I was about Wes term, is because I don't have a reason not to over any other of the. They're all, you know, we're pretty spoiled in Linux. There's a lot of good terminals. There's a lot of good terminals. In that case, Dane, I'm probably going to go with Daleks. Is that what I'm calling you? I'm sorry. That reminds me, my kids, they watched a show. His name wasn't Daleks, but it was close to that. Whack Fu, I think is the name of it. It's really close. I thought it was this guy. Never mind. I thought it was like Daleks. None of them. I'm obviously didn't watch it. Dally. Oh, okay. 1 second. There. It was close. Dally. Okay. I was close. I think I prefaced that I didn't think it was the exact thing. But I was wrong. All right, we have a Docker dev file here. What's the difference between these? Let's see. Okay. The Nginx. Good. What is is it this? No. Let's see. There we go. Got the right key combo. We can delete these because we are, yeah, I just copied over all of this stuff. Probably was a little heavy-handed there. Let's see, build container builder. All right, and then we'll rename this one. No, not that. We want to rename. Is that change? Yeah. Nope. I don't know how to change its name in that. It's okay. We'll change it later. One second. I got an alert going off. Let me check that. All right, we're looking good. No, I just want to quit. I don't know what happened there. Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, we want to name this build. And let's see. We'll probably just call this null cloud. Yes. Everything else is looking good. And then this is where we go and update the manifest, but we only need to update this one, which is what we want. Is he doing okay up there? Okay, that just keeps going off. Thank you. Okay, let's see. So we can delete most of these, and we'll just use one. Let's see. Yep, this is checking it out. Update image tag for API service. We'll leave this one, and then we'll delete the rest of these. And we should be good. This should be, do we know what this is? Let's go see. So, wait, no, we wanted to go to deployments, infra. Nope, null cloud. So what we're doing is trying to make an automated build and deployment pipeline to dev using GitOps. That's what we're doing. We're half succeeding, half failing at it. Meta programming. I'll call it meta programming. I don't know what a GitOps action is other than. So we're in deployments, null cloud, base, and then this is gonna. I think I just called this. I think I just called it UI, but we'll see. We're right there. Yep, UI. Nailed it. And then dev. Yeah. Dev. Beautiful. And this should update it with no. We should probably make this a variable, right? And get that from GitHub. Because we use this in another workflow as well. So let's do that actually. Let's do that because that would probably be better. Check this out. I made a separate account. So now we can go to like my organizations and I don't leak everything. This is beautiful. Null channel. Let's go here. Let's go settings. I can still leak my email here. Thankfully, I've leaked that so many times it doesn't matter. What were we doing here? Oh, actions. Let's see. Not this. Nope. No, we don't want actions. What were we talking about? We were talking about secrets. Secrets and variables. Actions. There we go. This is just a variable. Actually, we don't want to do it at the org level. That's dumb. That's super dumb. We wanted to do it for the project. Yeah. That's less dumb. Secrets and variables, actions, variables. No. Is there not a default environment? I don't want to manage environments. I just want to have a repository variable. There we go. Done. And we'll call this name. We'll call this would it be contain? We'll just go with container name. So this would be, oh, wait. I get up to that layer this way. 1 second. Nope, not pressing that. That was wrong. There we go. I knew I would remember it. Now it's been a little while. It's not just vars, is it? Is it github.vars? No, it's just vars, right? Because it's just secrets. And it's just vars. I believe. It's been a little bit of a while since I've written this, but I'm pretty sure it's just vars. All right. Cool. Let's update this. We could actually variabilize this too, so we could change it in the future. That would probably actually be a good idea. But that seems like too much work. Too much work. All right. So this is going to build the container. Let's see. It's building the context at the base. Cool. We're pushing that container. And then we will update the manifest to commit. Let's make this update UI image to I don't know why we do this. Did some AI make this? Probably. Like 2 more steps. What steps am I missing? I feel like I'm about to commit this and see what crimes it commits. All right, we're committing it to null cloud-based UI dev, which is good. That's what we have over here. Which should customize this image. Oh, you know what we need to do over here is we need to actually make this the right. Nah, I pressed the wrong button. I almost, whew. Yeah, you're right. There's a little bit. There's a little bit more we can do. There's a little bit more than we can do. For sure. And we'll work on it. We'll parameterize it all out over time. All right, so that's up to date. We're going to be updating the null cloud UI, and we'll be updating the image with the latest for dev. Cool. All right, what I think we need to do is make sure that this is committed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's do this. Get rebate. Actually, I don't know how Vim deals with this. Because all I know is I've only ever done this in VS Code at this point, right? Because it's like super convenient that it like highlights the things that have conflicts. Yeah. This is dumb. All right. Actually, this is dumb too. This was a mistake. So we actually do have some of this automation is actually working, and that's what you're seeing there. And it actually committed the wrong name. So that's actually cool to see that our automation is working. Not as we like working in the fact that it runs, it makes a commit, the pat works, all of that stuff. Not working in like doing the right thing. You know, we'll take our victories. We'll take our victories. Whatever. Now, in the future, this should update the null cloud. Now, it's not. You'll notice that our UI still looks like the old lame UI. Oh, also, this is running out of the home lab. I set up the firewall again to work with the new WAN. Yeah, so pretty awesome. So hopefully tonight we'll get this running on the new UI that we're building. And every single time it gets pushed to main, our dev environment should be updated, which would be pretty cool if that worked. I don't know if we'll get all that done tonight. We'll see. I'd love to be running the new website, though, because the old one is, well, broken, for one. Mr. Dane, a 7-stream streak. My goodness. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your support. All right. So we have that updated, that pushed. Let's push this. We need some other stuff. We should do like some front end tests at some point. I hate front end tests. Front end tests are the worst. Added builds for actually, one second. Did we screw up here? No, push to branch at main. Okay, we're good. We're good. I almost thought that I had tied that to a PR. All right. Did it work? Did it work? Failed after 4 seconds. That took it a long time to fail. All right. The command. Uh-oh. This didn't get parsed correctly. It shouldn't be vars. Is it var? Is it var? I should have Googled it. GitHub action. It's in, isn't it? Environment variable. They call them variables. But it's probably in, right? I just didn't remember off the top of my head. Where's your stupid example? Come on, I just need an example. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. No. Not environments, actions. What were they called? Variables. It's env. You call it variable and then you call it env. This is on GitHub. This is on GitHub. Not my fault. There we go. Fixed. Didn't fail in 4 seconds at least. That's what I like to see. Oh, well, it failed in 13 seconds. That's better. That's better. That's a fantastic error code. Thank you. This is still not. That still did not work. Oh, wait, did I do something stupid like forget a $sign? Did I? I might have. Let's see. Yeah, I did. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, well. Oh. There we go. There we go. Will we make it past 18 seconds? You know what? The nice thing is we don't have any of these super long running ones at this point. Use $sign. Like, I should have 2 commits ago. Ah, beautiful. This one worked. I commit to it. Beautiful. Okay. So we updated our thing, but we didn't actually build our container. It's a problem because now our manifest points to... We should link these two. Because now our thing points to a container that doesn't exist. Username and password required. Did I not sign in? Log into Docker Hub? What? Yeah, I have it right here. Dude. You know what I'm wondering? Did I not do those secrets at an organization level? And did I just do them for the repo? That could be on me. I'll have to check that. Because now I'm wondering if these don't exist. And GitHub is really good about not printing those out. Like, if you see, it doesn't print any of those things out that are in the with. Because this is in the with, and they're like, they do a pretty good job about that. Let me come to silence, you guys, and check that out, because now I'm guessing that I screwed this up. That's my guess. Let's see. We're gonna go to Eddington because Eddington deploys all these things. We're gonna go to that repository settings. We're going to check its actions. No, it's secrets and variables. Actions, secrets, and there we go. We have repository secrets. We do have a Docker Hub secret and Docker Hub at an organization's. We might have something that works. Check this out. This is bad. I need to update our organizational secrets. So the ones that we were using were these Docker Hub token and username. But we might have I'm assuming this is Docker Hub password and username at the organizational level. We were just using these, which were just specific to that repository. Not the best way of doing that. Well, I'm not going to say I need to go through and do this. That's not one of those things we can really do together, unfortunately. Also, never call it. I did not mean to do that. Never call it DH username. That's I disappoint myself. DH username, password. Yep. Oh my gosh, I'm doing that with his new keyboard so much. I don't hold shift long enough. Okay. Now, we do need to link these two things, probably. Because really, the container should build, then we should push the manifest changes. We're kind of being optimistic that this will succeed. So we log in Docker. Cool. Uh-oh. That did not work out correctly. That did not work out correctly, did it? Container name. Value. Null Cloud UI. Seems to be there. Did I probably forgot a $sign. I was doing that earlier. Would not surprise me. No, I got the $sign. Your wife is loving the Glove 80, Scott? Have you given it a try? How do you like it? I'm telling you what, the biggest thing that with these 40%ers is you have to use like mod keys, which is a little bit weird. So this is why I didn't sink that much money on that keyboard. I just wasn't sure. And with playing games, I've actually loved this for gaming. I actually love this keyboard for gaming. I have a layer for gaming. I'm working on a layer for video editing. Absolutely love it for that. I think that the glove might be a little bit weird for video editing. Or for gaming. Video editing, I think it would have been fine. Okay, so repository bear. Am I just doing this wrong? I'm hard skill issuing here. This is what I did. Inv. Uh-oh, they're having the same thing. Wait, I used vars. That's what we changed it from vars. Did I shouldn't have. I think I read about the environment variables, like you can put the variables up here. And I shouldn't have. I think we were failing on other things like these. And I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Did I do var or vars? I wrote that too quickly. I need to go back and see. I did vars, good. Do I need secrets? Yeah, I do need secrets. You want me to leak the keys. I get it. That's what Twitch chat lives for, is me leaking the keys. I get it. I'm going to use secrets. But thanks for that recommendation of storing my secrets in plain text. While this is going, this should take just a little bit of time. While this is going, we can check out what we're talking about here. So the secrets is like those things. These are just vars. I mean, this isn't a proprietary or we could have actually stored this in a secret if we wanted to, but it's just the name that we're giving the container. Cool. Okay, so we have a problem with our container. This is completely fine. We can deal with this. Let's deal with this. This is weird. I mean, just reading this, like run npm install worked, but run npm run build failed. Because it failed to resolve the process. Interesting. Why is it taking so long? This didn't take that long. Okay, I'm killing it. That was a very weird hang. That was very weird. Okay, so we have our production container does not build. Does this one build? Can I tell it to be a file? I can give it a, what is it? I can just build a specific file, right? Yeah, okay. This is the one we've been using, so I'm just guessing it doesn't run the checks. Which is fine. I mean, it probably should. Since it's just linting checks that it's failing. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess it's time to fix some linting errors. I'm not going to remove those from my... Now, this is a little bit different. Why this said it failed? Oh, no, it did. It did. Okay, it got the right thing. I must have been reading the wrong thing. I thought it said it failed because it couldn't find NPM. My goodness, I read that. Oh, you know what? Failed to solve process. I misinterpreted this. I didn't read up enough. That was me. That was 100% on me. All right. So filter.view. Let's fix this. We said, what was this? Components table filter. Okay. $79. Wanting that. I don't really know TypeScript very well. Did that fix it? Monta! How are you doing? We're just fixing some terrible TypeScript. Terrible. Absolutely garbage. No, it told me 79 and I didn't listen to it. But it doesn't want a semicolon here. What is it wanting? Oh, no, Monta, I was just teasing. So we were trying to build the Docker file. And when we go to build it, it's failing because of like a lint check. So let's see. Oh, it wanted a comma on 79. Okay. I misunderstood. I'm guessing it wanted... Where does it want a comma? Where is it wanting a comma on here? I don't know TypeScript enough to know why it would want a comma here. Where is it expecting a comma? Does it want a comma here? That's what it's saying, but that seems stupid. 7961? Yeah. You're here to hide your sadness. Why are you sad? Maybe I don't want to know. Oh no, you broke prod? Ooh. Those are the painful lessons. It's why I operate with reduced permissions unless if I need the permissions. It's not about trust. I had one junior engineer be like, oh, do you not trust me with more permissions? And it's like, no. It has nothing to do about trust. It's just... And no, I don't trust you if you want to just fly around with elevated permissions. All right, I don't know why. So, yeah, interesting. I do have the latest changes. Monta. Actually, let me just do this. Instead of just in the container. So, this is weird because isn't this the right way? Why is it saying expected a comma? Nightly backups can be a lifesaver, Sergeant Pepper. How are you doing? Dude, migrations are almost always the worst. I also never find them fun. I've never sat there and been like, this migration was fun. So does this not like function in there? It is. Somebody that can handle data migration is good and has done a large-scale data migration without bungling it. Maybe even with bungling it. I'm just trying to get this container to build. So we actually we got, earlier in this stream, we have an action now that builds the container, and it pushes this updated manifest file so that it should hopefully deploy to dev. So basically, The idea is that we're trying to get this to update automatically anytime we push a new change to the main branch. So basically our dev environment will always be up to date. Every time you see... Where did I miss the semicolon? Yeah. I wonder if it's because it's inside of yeah, this could be purely an ESLint issue. Because this doesn't look wrong to me. That being said, I'm not a TypeScript aficionado. I can't say the stupid word. I'm not an expert on TypeScript, but it doesn't look like I can't sit here and see anything completely wrong to me. It's just failing to build. And that's a problem. And the code works too if you do run. So now, how do we fix it for ESLint? Because without this, the container won't build. I don't really want to sit here and deal with this. Derek, how are you doing? Derek, just come back in Thursday. Come back Thursday. You don't want to see this. This is TypeScript. You know, we went from great Rust to okay Go to just the absolute bottom of the barrel. I guess it's not the bottom of the barrel. There is worse, like JavaScript and Python, but we got pretty close to the bottom. Thanks for the follow. There's your automated, personalized follow message. TypeScript is way better. I don't agree. So I don't feel like dealing with this. Can I just turn this off? That's probably what I'm going to do. Oh no. How hard is it just to turn off ESLint? I don't know. I don't even know where I would do that. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to run. Would it be here? Would it just be this? Can we just get rid of this? Yeah, we're trying to do the GitOps part, and we're fixing stuff along the way as we try to do the GitOps part. Will that fix it? I think I broke it, not fixed it. I'm going to say don't do what I just did. What does Vite use here? Would that be this here? Is this where I would do like... I hate Vite. Don't ask me. I'm not a front-end developer. I do front-end stuff when I have to. And then I complain about it the entire time. Literally the entire time. You can ask everybody here. I'm waiting for that sweet, sweet back-end framework that allows me to not write a front-end. Wait. npm remove. So, but I need to do it for the container because that's the problem is this is failing. This is failing because of it. Oh, you're just saying to remove it from the project. I see. There's no way to like just disable it. See, I tried to remove view TSC from the build script. That didn't work though. I tried this. I guess I could have just run Vite build like this without, or maybe not. Right. Okay. I see what you're saying, Sergeant Pepper. What am I building? Okay. So we're trying, you know what? September 1st. I actually have a video coming out about what we are doing. On my main YouTube channel. Which you can see. You know what? That if you do exclamation YouTube, that link is broken. You know what? Let's go fix that right now. While I completely forgot about it. We're building a cloud. That's what we're doing. And we're doing the DevOps for it right now. And because I decided to do the DevOps, of course, there's things that are broken, so we can't do the DevOps portion of it. The idea was today, I fixed the whole networking so that we're through the firewall and it's all reachable again. All right, let's cone of silence really quickly as I log in. All right, let's fix the commands. All right, this is complete garbage, this YouTube command. It doesn't put this space, I didn't put a space here. Ooh, oh, this is like a return. I don't know who did this. I'm going to blame an intern. There was an intern that was supposed to do this. Okay. Gotta watch those those interns. There we go. Now it might work. All right, so let's go back to this and fix this so that This works. Well, works. And now let's find an ESLint include. ESLint ignore everything. Okay. So it's just the same. Okay, got it. I'm doing this for right now. So can we just do like... Plain old star? I've never tried to just ignore everything. So forgive me. I'm less qualified at just ignoring everything. I did not also ignore it. The thing is, I think that this is actually just ESLint tripping up on... maybe I can just ignore this. Maybe it would be better just to... Oh, wait. Did I do... I thought it was ESLint ignore. Okay. Oh, okay. You're saying that I need to make it TSLint ignore? One second. Look. I don't know. It has both ESLint, TSCLint ignore. No, I don't think it's a syntax error. We were looking at it. I think it's because it's inside HTML. I don't know, because it's saying that it wants this to be a comma. And then we were thinking that it meant that we missed a semicolon somewhere else. I couldn't see the syntax error here, Dirk. That being said, you know what? Actually, let me do something. This is gonna hurt some people. Let's see what this does. This doesn't like some stuff. Let me figure out how to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. A little smaller. Maybe that was too small. There we go. All of these seem to be TypeScript issues. This feels like, yeah, I was gonna say, it feels like, because, so this runs. This actually, we can run, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. 1 second. Maybe that's the issue. Sorry, I was told it runs. Did I touch anything? No, I just touched these. I did modify this. So let's do git reset hard. Okay. Sorry, I didn't write this code, so I'm not super familiar with it. For this table. Let's see if it runs now. I might have accidentally touched something. So npm run dev. Okay, this code is just broken. This code is broken. I'm gonna come back to it later because I'm not in the mood to fix this code right now. Mainly because I don't like TypeScript. I don't like front end. This is broken. The component table. Wait, what was it? Table, data table. Sorry, I just breathed right into the microphone. Okay, that's just data stuff. This is the filter. This is the table.view. I don't know. I'll have to break into it, but this was not going to be me figuring out this. Nope. Yeah, this doesn't actually exist, this data table.view. So we could just actually delete this line. Let's actually just do that really quickly. Let's just delete this line and see if that takes us anywhere. Not that. Data table, delete this line because it shouldn't be there. We'll do that, run that. Okay, now it's working. 1 second. Was that the whole issue? Can we run npm run build? Can we just build it now? Was that line? Okay, good. That's not the whole line. So this is still the same issue here, but the code is working. So we're back to the statement. The code's working. But it's not working. Maybe. Yeah, it's not working, actually. Even that, it's not working. You know what? It died. Let me do npm install. I was just gonna say I didn't run install after pulling again. So if there was a new thing, that one's on me. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it is working. It is running. Cool. But run build still fails. Yes? We would expect this to still... yes. So build fails, run works. Front-end development sucks. I mean, yeah. So we could just delete the filter. Yeah. Where are we importing it? Here? Let's just see if we can't do it really quickly. Delete that. Delete this. When we want to fix it, it will be in Git history, right? New user, the option, what? Why is this? Why doesn't any of these things come up in the run dev? Like, even if it's just as warnings, right? This is a tooling issue, I think, because it shouldn't be a surprise after running in dev that these things are upset about it, right? What is this anyways? Pages. Let's just delete that too. Wait. What was it? Pages, new user view. That's a view file, right? Am I missing something? Yeah, that file doesn't exist. That's like something being built, right? But that is being built. It doesn't exist in the project. Let's make sure this is still working. So we're still at running dev works, running build doesn't. Check the new user folder and page. I did. It's right here. New user. I mean, it has this view, right? Which has a script, which has a template. All this is fine, right? This is the standard way. They don't do the lang TS. Is that a problem? Is not calling out the lang an issue? I don't know. I didn't think it was. Oh, fantastic. This is why I hate JavaScript and I hate TypeScript, because TypeScript has so many things like this about it. And maybe just pure TypeScript without a UI front-end framework would be different, but like you never use that. Okay. I'm not doing this tonight. This is a whole dumpster fire. This is a whole dumpster fire that can wait for another night when I'm ready to deal with it. Why are you doing this with JavaScript instead of plain HTML? If plain HTML was capable of doing this, I would do it in plain HTML, but plain HTML sadly does not. Now, you could get some JavaScript on the front end to make HTML do that. Now you're picking a front end library. Anything. Plain HTML won't do it. Now, I do believe that you're referring to HTMX, which is a JavaScript front end library that is JavaScript code running on the front end, right? Oh, you're not? Oh. Okay, then my bad. Well, I don't know. I didn't write the majority of this. So I don't know what this is either. Well, I do actually know what this is. The new user is for just getting the information from the user. I didn't write this, but I do know what it does. Anyways, I'm good. Because all I wanted to do was build the container of this. Can't build the container because I can't build it. I will come back and fix some of this stuff later. You're running GitHub from scratch. It's 100% HTML. How are you doing file storage with HTML? That seems difficult. Oh, okay. Zig? How are you liking Zig? What made you pick Zig over Rust? I mean, it could just be that you're just learning or whatnot. Or you could have a specific reason for Zig. Okay. How are you liking Zig? You love Zig? Cool. It's been on my list to try a little bit, but I haven't so far. All right. So in lieu of that, let's jump over to Eddington. See with modern language features? Cool. It's not as what was I going to say? Hand holding as Rust is, right? It's a little less let you do your thing. CFC got to learn from Python. Oh, that's cool. We'll have to do a Zig stream. We have an OCaml stream and a Zig stream that we're gonna have to do. So we'll do both of those. They'll be fun. There's not a problem with that, Grey Hatter, right? I mean, yeah, if I do a Zig and an OCaml stream, it's just going to be streams about learning them. Obviously, I'll read some ahead of time. I probably won't write any of the code ahead of time. Just make sure that I, you know, have some basics. Otherwise, it would just be like, hey, let me spend the first hour reading, which is not fun. Probably. I don't know. I could do Haskell. I wrote Haskell about 5 years ago. I've never been an expert at Haskell. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago now. So I know the basics of Haskell. See, Grey Hatter, I disagree with that. Rust is fine if you're unable to trust the people you're working with. I disagree with that. It's not about trust. And this is why I don't. So when I check this out, if we go to GitHub right now, I have 2 accounts. This one, and I can switch to this one. This one has the ability to do all sorts of things at organizations that have, you know, millions of dollars of monthly cash flow through them. And I don't want to accidentally be able to delete something that I'm not supposed to. So I can operate in this one, and I don't have the ability to screw anything up. And that allows me to move a little bit faster without having to think about every single thing that I press and do and whatnot. It makes it so that I don't have to think about going here and leaking a bunch of private organizations. It means that, you know, there's a lot of freedom in that, and it's not about trust. It's why we don't run in sudo. Do you run in sudo? Because by your same statement, you should just run as root, right? Because you trust everything that you do. I don't think that that's a good argument for saying, I'll use something that doesn't treat me. The Rust is, yes, protecting you from yourself. But yeah, Monta, I got to a point where there was showing me more errors, so I just stopped. I wasn't going to sit here and fight with TypeScript errors. So what's so wrong with that, Grey Hatter? What if Zig could tell you something was wrong before you ran into it? Is that a problem? I don't have a problem with Rust doing that, because the times that Rust complains, there was an actual issue, right? So now maybe you're just a way better engineer than I am. And if that's the case, that's the case. For me, I like Rust because Rust, every single time it complains, I've done something wrong, and that's fine. It doesn't bother me that it found something that I did bad, right? And I mean, like, so that being said, like, I haven't written a ton of C, but I have written a ton of C++. And so I know how to be very careful, be maniacal in how I write stuff and patterns and things to protect myself and to ensure things. Absolutely. I can do it. I find freedom in a system that's going to protect me. It allows me to move faster on some things. I get to think really hard on the things that I want to think really hard on, and then some things that I just need to do. Also, if you're talking about open source, if you're trying to get a community of open source developers, you can't trust everybody. And it's not even meaning that they have a nefarious thing going for them. It just means that they're all walks and stages. Another thing is, a lot of the times you don't get the leisure of working with only advanced, senior engineers. And a lot of times you have junior engineers on that. I would prefer a language that actually forced them to at least make it close to right before I had to review it. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more to it than just not trusting the other engineers that you work with. That's an interesting, the rest required you to implement a layer of abstraction, Grey Hatter. I have not had that happen to me yet, but I could see it, I think. Now, I think maybe there would be ways around it, but I don't know off the top of my head. I'm just going to reset everything that I did here because I don't think I did anything good. We're going to remove these. This was just me flailing around in the dark. That was fun. All right. Cool. We're going to jump back over here. I'm sorry you find me toxic. All right, so let's see. This all works, actually. So this puts our images and then updates them. So the one thing that I don't like here, is this. These build the containers on a PR, and this updates the manifest. But this knows that the manifests have this GitHub shell because it's on the PR. No, Grey Hatter, I don't do that. But you called the community toxic, and I am part of the community. We don't all do that. There's probably a subset of people that do that. But I don't think Togglebit and I are very toxic people. Okay, so we need a way to chain this to the actual successful runs of these three. So I don't actually know how to do that in GitHub Actions. GitHub action only run if other actions work. No, that's not at all what GitHub actions only run if other actions work. So I don't want to trigger another action because okay, yeah, here. It's after each one of these. Maybe each one of these could trigger the other ones, or maybe I need one action that runs each one of these. Is that the actual way to do this? I mean, you can find people that are wrong in any community. I think it's a bad way of judging an entire community, but you can find people that are wrong in every community. Absolutely. You can find zealots in any community that don't actually think about the things that they say or do, and that's fine. I still don't judge a community by that. Rust probably has a higher ratio of them. Probably. I would acquiesce. So is that the way they want you to do this? Yeah. Okay. Can I just do a list? Maybe I can do this. That would be cool. If in here I could just give it a list. Let's try this. Now, instead of this workflow CI build, we gotta put in the other ones. Grey Hatter, and one piece of advice I'll give is don't always assume evil when ignorance abounds, okay? And this is something that can be hard to do, but assuming that they're lying or that they're just misinformed because they're on some hype copium, which is why I expressly warn people to think about the problem that they're trying to solve and not just follow somebody blindly. But it's hard. Sometimes it's very difficult not to be on some sort of excited about something and they don't think fully through it. It doesn't mean that they're straight up lying or that they're just misinformed. I'll say something that's wrong out of ignorance. We all disagree. That doesn't mean I'm lying. It means that I was misinformed on it. It's different. And that can be hard. That can be hard. I get it. Just make sure not to fight fire with fire. That doesn't end well usually. On my experience. Skill issuing. All right. Build container builder. Okay. Build null operator. I gotta stop using null. It screws just about everything up all the time. I do try, but I also will be the first to admit that, you know, I will get excited about something. It's hard to not be excited about something. And not think all the way through it. It really is hard. And it's good to be excited about things. It's not even bad. We have to, you know, be careful. I actually do also take it really seriously as somebody who makes content. I try to give a very realistic view because I know there's a lot of sensational YouTube out there that tries to, you know, it's easy to sell hype. It's hard. You don't get as many followers not selling hype. And so I definitely try not to do that. But, you know, I still get excited about things. You know, if you ask me about managing physical access to machines, I'll tell you about Teleport. I'm pretty excited about Teleport. I think it's pretty awesome. Is it perfect? No. Do I know its failures? No. All right, let's just try this. I'm just gonna try this. Switching from null to non. I need to switch from null, dude. It's bad. It screws everything up. This will actually require a pull request. I actually work on a branch. So teleport is, do you know what tail scale is? They're the same thing. Teleport scale, tail scale. Just a way to manage physical access to machines. So basically one of the problems with, like, if you have a data center is physical access. And if people have SSH keys are actually pretty rough because you can't really audit that. And so Teleport basically gives you that ability to get to SSH to a machine, but also have audit logs and access through it. So, yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. Not that that's what this stream is about. We can have a stream on Teleport. I think it solves a cool problem. You know, and this is for people that are worrying about like SOC 2 compliance and things like that. Teleport, Tailscale, those things are godsends. I was going to Oh no, what branch did I push to? Yeah, dashboard API. I need to clean up my my fork. Yeah, SOC 2 is painful. I dislike SOC 2. All right. So now this, the deploy dev manifest should wait, right? Yeah, it's not running. Okay, cool. Now we got to make sure that it actually runs in the end. We got to make sure that it actually runs. I said completed here. That doesn't necessarily mean succeeded. That worries me, but I mean, SOC is security adjacent. Security adjacent, maybe. All right, this was an expected failure. Good. Done. Uh-oh. It just waited for one of them to complete. So when we built... That sucks. So it waited for just one of them. Not all of them. Not exactly what I wanted. Not exactly what I wanted. Did we get rid of what we were looking at? It appears. It appears like I did. How to run GitHub action after others. So this is job, the next job, and this is just succeeding if job's inside. I meant action. How to run GitHub action. Yeah. I said it right. No. I mean, this worked, except that it was any one of these that succeeded. Let's just look up GitHub. GitHub action workflow run. Not what I wanted. Let's ask ChatGPT. How do I run a GitHub action after... One second, I'll just give it the names because maybe it'll give me the code. Maybe. After the following GitHub actions complete Cool, Monta. Awesome. Just give me the code. Just give me the code. Come on. And this is not what I asked. I wanted an action. I want an independent action. This is a job inside the action. So I could do this, but the reason I don't want to do this is because it makes these not independent actions. You can still do it, but not really what I want to do. I want each one of these to be independent that you could run if you wanted to. So if you just want to build the API, you could. Because it's a monorepo, but that's my bad for using a monorepo. I didn't add a new user page. Did I add? I added a new user page a long time ago, and it was just to accept their details on redirect. But then I don't think I ever pushed that because you were going to work on it, Monta. Ew, I don't want a repository dispatch. That's gross. Ew, ew. Ew, ew. Bad. Don't like the style. I don't like how you're rolling today. Let's look up their documentation. Then just delete it. Just delete it. If it's not something you have. All right. Workflow run. Completed, requested, in progress. All right. Okay. I mean, this is not that big of a deal. You can run it and check for success. This was my problem right here. If you're depending on more than one workflow, then any of them completing will trigger the event. Oh no, that's even worse. I didn't realize this was going to happen. Delete all alien code. You got my permission. So I can just add this and it will do what I'm wanting. If that's the case, that's easy. That's easy. Let's just try this. We should review the code. I don't actually love using GitHub Actions from not corporate entities. And I know that sounds terrible. But yeah, who knows? It's 3 years old too. It's not too much. I mean, it's an open source project, so like I don't know. Worst case, this is probably fine. I don't generally love it though. Or like well-known entities. Well-known entities. I said corporate entities. That's not exactly what I meant. That is not exactly what I meant. Not there. Actually, we'll go there. I did look in it just quickly. It doesn't have a whole lot. You know, it's probably a good one to go over is just let's see, the Docker file. Just to see if they're pulling in anything. So they're going from Node Slim. Okay, so this looks good. And then what we can do really quickly is just look at their package. This is super small. This is fantastic. Okay, so nothing to test. All right, dependencies is just the GitHub Action stuff and YAML. Okay, so this is looking like, from a security standpoint, obviously if this was more than just an open source project, you'd probably want to look into more of this, but all this is doing is pulling in GitHub Actions core and this. Let's see. Getting the GitHub SHA, that's fine. Okay, the workflows is going to have to be getting the workflow that was running. So the thing you have to be aware of is that Actions will get a token that can read the repository. It's scoped to this repository, so it can't hit any other repositories, but it does have that token. So if there's something on this repository, now again, I said this is an open source repository, so I'm not that worried. But if this was a closed source repository, do understand if you use this action, it could do whatever it wanted with the repository as far as reading. So if you have sensitive code or something like that, yeah, this again looks very fine. Get the workflow content because they're going to be checking for whether it was successful or not. No, it doesn't have write permissions unless if you give it write permissions. So you can give GitHub Actions write permissions. It does not have write permissions though, unless if it's given to it. So you can go, if we went to Eddington and we went here and we went with Actions, let's see, GitHub Actions, where's Actions? Here we go. Okay, so you can go. Mine does have write permissions. But you can limit this if you wanted to. Does it need? I don't know that ours need write permission. So you know what? We'll actually just put ours back. Ours to read. So there we go. It only has write to this. Again, though, it's Git, so I guess you could stomp on a whole history. I mean, if you wanted to. It doesn't look like they're doing that. Just looking through their code, it looks pretty Filter into the relevant runs. Some debugging. And this is just setting like the whether it's a failed or not. So I don't know. I think it's fine for an open source project. That is against so Monta, that is against their marketplace TOS. So to get shut down as soon as they found it, but yes. This is why I say, like, if it's a public repository and you don't give your write permissions on your actions, if you don't give write permissions, it's fairly limited what it can do. And so you're probably fine just using it. If it's closed source, if you're talking about your enterprise or whatnot, I wouldn't feel comfortable just using this as this is. It's not a whole lot of code. You can task a dev to go through it. There was not tons of code there, and review it if you really want to use it. And then a lot of the times, you know how this one is MIT. What we would do probably is we would actually clone this and maintain a copy. If it wasn't from a well-known, if it's from a well-known, that's fine. But if it's not from a well-known, we don't want somebody accidentally changing it, and doing something nefarious in the future. So we'll actually take this, clone it, and maintain our own copy from there on if it's useful. That way, let's say, they don't have two-factor authentication and their account gets hacked and somebody does something nefarious and your devs are using at latest on it. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't solve everything though. Yeah. Right? Because, yeah, I mean, if you pinned to a specific version, yes. Do all your devs pin to a specific version? If that's the case. So I also find it easier. I should make a new branch, but I was too lazy. I also find it easier that if you have it, if you have a centralized spot in GitHub, if you're talking about internal of things that people are allowed to use, then they don't have the habit of using things that are outside of that, except again, like the GitHub ones. If we're looking at these here, like this one, the checkout, which is an actions one. So everybody's allowed to use the actions ones. And, there's a couple big ones that everybody's allowed to. The actions one, the JFrog one, there's a couple. We can go into it. But then, any like this is pulled into an internal repository. And then it's like, okay, if you want one of those, get it into the internal repository. We have a process for that where it gets reviewed. And then you don't have well-meaning devs that do something dumb or that they're not supposed to. Maybe not even dumb, but not supposed to. It makes it easy. I look at a lot of things as making it easy because as you have a team and whatnot, like if your process is complicated or requires like knowing the SHA of like the approved code, it's just not going to happen. It's just, you can hope and dream. All right. So, okay, this happened it worked, but our thing isn't running yet. Nope, it is now. Dang it. It didn't fix it. Oh, it might be waiting though. Actually, let's pull this up. It might be waiting. It's probably waiting on... Yeah, his thing is just going to sit there and wait. It's waiting for these. Okay, that's kind of brilliant because it's just going to sit here and wait. So it does start because GitHub has no way of telling it not to, but it's going to wait on these other ones. It's a public repository. I get unlimited minutes, right? I don't know. If I run out, I run out. I have a 0 spend, so. Let's see. Runs were not successful. Oh, yeah, runs weren't successful. Wait. I'm confused. Let's see. Build null operator was, build container builder, build API. They were successful. All 3 of them were successful. Oh, it blocked 2 of them because it runs 3. I got it. That's so dumb, but it did work. I forgot that was one of the things he was talking about. It runs freaking 3 of them because why not? Oh my gosh. So I think maybe a better way of doing this, since we're in TypeScript world, a better way of doing this. How the crap? Okay. Or not TypeScript, since we're in TypeScript world. No, since we're in GitHub Action world, I think a better way of doing this would be something like this. Pulling up Microsoft Edge. Yes. Check. I know that tilts people. And now Firefox is adding tab grouping. And maybe I could switch back, but now I kind of like tilting people with Edge. I can't lie. Edge on Arch. Okay. So I think maybe what would be better is if we made these You thought I was doing it to intentionally troll people? No, it was because so every Sunday I do the news, and you know, sometimes I do emergency sections if there's something big and important. We're actually probably going to have an emergency news section tomorrow morning to go over the Apex Legend security issues. One, if you play Apex Legends, don't play Apex Legends until it's fixed. You will be rootkitted. So there's that, but yeah. You can get rootkitted right now by playing Apex Legends. So yeah, it's Microsoft Edge. So anyways, I say this every Sunday. I do this stream. We go over security, we go over cloud news, we go over software engineering news, and we go over open source news. We cover the gambit. The thing is, Edge gives me the most power for managing and preparing for the stream. Not even joking, hands down. It has because I pull up references to all of these things and organize all of them, and it allows me to group, organize, sort, and manage way better than any other browser. Some people said that there was a gaming browser out there, but it wasn't Linux and like the whatever. Anyways, so that's why I use Edge. That's why I use Edge. Opera GX. I think that's the one people were telling me. Whatever. All right, this works. This is terrible. All right, so what I was going to say was quite possibly the better solution is to have an action that runs here. That is our on pool to main. So GitHub action. Let's see. Runs on push to main. And then what it will do is it will run these things. So it will build X. You know what? Let's delete these. Build Y. That's not Y. That's Y. Z. All right. So it will build the three things, and it can collect all of the things up here. It can be collecting these, and then it can decide on success to do the next thing. And this will make one big monolith action, but maybe that's better than what we're doing right now, because what we're doing right now is kind of dumb. And this is GitHub Action's fault, but yeah, basically an orchestrator action. I think it's kind of, it's not dumb. It's working with the tools that we have, but it's dumb that the tools that we have would make me do this. It's dumb that GitHub Actions can't do this better. That's my statement. Because then, yeah, on success of everything, we want to push manifest, but only if all of these work. If all of these work. Okay. We'll probably do that Thursday. Right now it's working. I'm just going to log an issue for it. Update GitHub Actions to on push to be things to wait for all containers to build to update the manifest. Okay, so we also need to do this in the UI. Okay, I think Monta said he updated the UI. Let's pull that and see. Let's pull that and see, because if it works now, actually, if it works, it might have actually already pushed, right? Yeah, it might have. Did it work? Look at this. Look at this. Our build container worked. That should mean that on Docker Hub, we have the container, right? Cone of silence. All right, and so we should have... Yeah, we do. Cool. We have a null cloud. Nice, nice, nice. It's been downloaded 3 times already. That's how popular our brand new product is. Beautiful. Now, the cool thing is the manifest should already be updated to this as well. So let me finish writing this ticket, then we'll check that in Git, this is the manifest that we have for our dev environment. Because if it is, that's awesome. We have an issue where we do some janky things to wait for containers to build, to update the manifests in the deployment repo. We need to update this to be a orchestrator action flow. All right, good enough. The sun must sail. All right. So let's go check that out. Let's go check it out. So we should be able to go to our deployments, and we should be able to go deployments, null cloud, bases. This should be the UI. We should go to dev. We should check this out. And null cloud UI should be B8C. Nice, nice, nice. 41A. We could check. It should be 41A. Very nice. So, effectively, now, as soon as you push to main on any of our projects, it should get deployed on the null cloud, on our dev environment. Now, actually, I'm going to put a secret to you, because if you go right now and you're like, oh, we should see the new UI, you won't see the new UI. And the reason you don't see the new UI is it's currently set to deploy prod, because as I was managing all of this, I didn't want to be jerking that around, because these will probably fail. We've written all new manifests. But as soon as we change and update that to be pushing to or looking at dev, this, which runs on our home lab right behind me, should always have the newest and updated. Yeah, I'll add it as a secret in our Kubernetes cluster. I'll add the public key. Can you get a proxy to the dev environment? Do you mean like you want to be able to SSH into it? The kube config is not public, so the Kubernetes API servers are not public. The only thing public in the null cloud, so if this is the null cloud here, inside of the null cloud, let's actually move this up. How do I move the words up like that? Okay, so inside the null cloud, we run a Kubernetes cluster. And inside the Kubernetes cluster, there is the control plane, which has the Kubernetes API. And then there's the data plane, which has all the worker nodes. In this data plane, there is an ingress that's exposed by a load balancer. This has one specific port that has a punch through my firewall. So the only thing that my firewall allows through is HTTPS requests through this. So 443, ports 443, and they all go to this ingress. Oh, okay, yeah. In that case, what you're talking about, that's easy. That is just here, right? It's a public key, so all we have to do is put that in a secret here, right? The clerk publishable key. I mean, we can put it in a secret. It's not really secret. It is a it's a publishable key. It's literally a public key, but we'll put it in a secret because that always makes me feel better. That always makes me feel better. So yeah, we'll just put it here. And then it can be in the environment for sure. I'll do that after stream. But yeah, so this is how the null cloud works. And then if you're talking about my infrastructure, this is in the VLAN. I forget. I want to say it's 100. I want to say it's VLAN 100. My VLAN. Not telling you my VLAN number. But my VLAN has access this way. My VLAN has access to this VLAN, but this VLAN cannot access my VLAN. It cannot go this way. And then if we're going further, we have an IoT VLAN that the TVs and stuff are on. We have a security network that like our exterior cameras and stuff are on. And then we have a guest network as well. I don't know why we're going through this, but this is my home networking. We have a guest network. We should have made these smaller. There's not much to talk about them. I use Ubiquiti. So security, it has no internet access. So there's no internet access. No internet access. Now I can actually view my cameras remotely because my VLAN can access them. Can access that VLAN. But no. Stop. Okay. Let's do this a different way. My VLAN can access this VLAN. Okay. But this cannot exit out to the internet. Cannot go out to the internet on its own. So it has no internet access. It just has security cameras. Now, that being said, I don't have security cameras inside the house. So this is all just exterior. Security cameras. Yeah. And then we have our IoT VLAN. This is actually really interesting. Did you know in my house, you cannot use a Google Chromecast? You cannot use a Google Chromecast. It's really interesting. Do you know why you can't use a Google Chromecast? Google Chromecast requires you to use, like, it's hard-coded in a Google Chromecast to use their DNS servers. And that's not an option on my network. So my IoT VLAN doesn't allow for that. You have to use my DNS. So I actually block it. That's not using mine. So Chromecast don't work. And then this is anybody that comes to my house. This is actually protected by a password. I didn't do anything fancy, but this is completely isolated. You get access to the internet and absolutely nothing else. All of these are completely isolated. You get access to the internet, nothing else. And in this case, you get access to nothing. These get access to nothing. Absolutely nothing. It sucks to be them. Yeah, this is my home network. I restrict DNS outbound to anything that's not my DNS. Yeah. So basically, I run an encrypted DNS. I run an encrypted DNS. So basically, I have an encrypted handshake with a DNS server outside my house that I use internally. The other thing that this allows me to do is I actually filter out certain things. So my children are on their own. Actually, another one that's over here is my kids' internet. And this is highly regulated through my internal DNS that goes out and gets a restricted list of DNSs that are allowed to be resolved. And so everything that is going through here, and these goes through that. Another interesting thing is hilarious. These two are different. My VLAN and my kids are different. And one of the reasons is, did you know that YouTube's watch later, I am so angry about this. Their watch later, if you save a video on YouTube to watch later, like one of my YouTube's videos that you'll watch all the way to the end, I know you do. If you use that functionality, did you know that it uses their Google Analytics? So if you disable Google Analytics from your network, that watch later won't work. Did you realize this? It makes me so angry. Why does Google Analytics need to work for me to have a freaking watch later list? So you can't block Google Analytics domains, is what I'm telling you, and use Google YouTube watch later functionality. Yeah, go do it. Go give it a try. It was one of those things where I was like, I was bragging to my wife because I was like, aha, I just beat Google because I just blocked all of their analytics domains. and then like 3 days later, my wife was like, my watch later list isn't working. She's like, nothing I add to it works anymore. She's like, Google has just been broken for like the last couple of days. And I was like, give it a couple more days. Like 2 weeks later, she comes back to me and she's like, Google still hasn't fixed it. YouTube is still broken. And I was like, huh. Give me 1 second. And then I come back and I was like, is it working now? And she's like, yeah, it's working. It's not them. Yeah. Anyways. Yep. So, anyways, this is, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I think this is my setup generally. Do you use your watch later list, Cypher? I don't ever use YouTube's watch later. I mean, I don't watch a ton of YouTube. So maybe that's my thing. Maybe it's a very common feature. The rest of YouTube seem to work fine. Just the watch later feature doesn't. I think what it is it actually goes through their analytics to see what you're saving to watch later for like their recommendation engine is what my guess is. I also went through and blocked a lot of their domains. It was a lot of... Anyways, yeah, so that's my internet. So this is the only ingress that happens right here. And so, yeah, the internet sits out here. We'll put the internet right here. And this has direct access. This has direct access out. The only in is here. And again, that's 443 only. All other ports. Well, I say 443 only. Actually, it does accept port 80. Actually, let me see if I set that up right. Yeah. So it automatically upgrades you to an HTTPS. So if you hit port 40 or if you hit port 80, it kind of works, but it's not actually accepting. It's just auto upgrading you to a 443. Yes, this very good point. This actually only accepts Cloudflare. I think I can show this. Let me go Cone of Silence really quickly. I need to look. I can show this configuration, I think. I'm always a little wary of some of these. I'm always a little... So I do have an authenticated Cloudflare proxy. So the TLS handshake is from here to here. So my ingress actually verifies that the request comes from Cloudflare. So this is my ingress actually validates Cloudflare's TLS handshake. So we do a little handshaking. So my ingress validates that it's Cloudflare. Cloudflare validates that it's me. And I validate that it's a Cloudflare IP address. 100%. This gives me a couple things. You guys don't inherently get to find my IP address. Because it is my home's IP address, you could actually DDoS my home fairly easy with just dumb crap. I don't have a big enough infrastructure to, the way people handle DDoSing is basically just spreading it out. There's other ways you can blacklist IPs that make the firewall be able to respond much faster, but that doesn't actually solve the thing because your firewall can become overload. Even if it can respond really quickly, there's only so much it can do. So anyways, that being said, the one cool thing is just because you go to here doesn't mean you know my IP address. Because this is an encrypted tunnel. So yeah, I try. I'm not gonna say that we're not gonna screw something up. We probably will, but I do try. I'm not a security expert. I wasn't born yesterday, is maybe the terminology. Been around. Okay. So this is running now. So we can do... Thank you, Monta, by the way. So just because... I guess what I was saying is, just because my firewall only accepts from Cloudflare, if somebody else from the random internet, not Cloudflare, you... I'm looking at you. My firewall still has to reject that, which means it still takes up resources from my firewall. And my firewall isn't something that's going to withstand DDoSing. And I don't think any of you guys are going to DDoS me, just to be clear. But you never know who I make angry. Let's see if this works. Okay, that worked. So what we need to do is we need to get the environment set up to build this as well. Because it needs our auth needs the front end public key, right? I'm gonna go find it. It's a public key. I gotta log in though. Second. Maybe I don't need to log in. All right. So we can do new repository secret, Vite, Vite, public, key, clerk. Maybe clerk should be back here. I know it's a public key. Too bad you can't see it. I don't know why. Still makes me feel... Still can't show it off. Still can't show it off. There's a piece of me. Can't do it. There we go. Vite, public key. It looks like a key because, I mean, it's a key. I can't do it. All right. So what we need to do here is go in here and this won't work yet because when we build the container, this is what Monta is saying, is when we build the container, we need to make this a thing. So when we build this container, we need to actually add this to the environment, right? And we can just do that with env, right? And then just do it's Vite clerk public key, and that equals we got to check this. I don't remember exactly what it was. That was kind of a guess on my part. Seeker dot secrets dot it was, oh, I think I copied it. Did I? Yeah, Vite. This is what I made it in the GitHub. In the GitHubs. Let's see. We need to go see what it is in the if this is what Vite's actually looking for. Vite clerk publishable key. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's not what I meant to do. Publishable key. Yeah, I am. Like I said, this is a public key. This is what the front end uses to verify that it's talking to clerk. So the authentication server, this is for the front end to validate that it's talking to the right service. So it will use the public key to validate that. So like I said, it's completely fine. This is meant to be public for people to use. I get it. I still couldn't show it off. I just have that problem. It looks like a key. I mean, it is a key. What you don't want to ship, let me show you. Let me validate that it's okay to show you. What you don't want to ship, here, I can show you. This gets shipped. This does not. This does not. We could rotate it, but I'm not going to click the show button. That doesn't. That's your secret key. Don't show that. Don't. Oh, we can go back to this. Don't show that. All right. Good. Now we need to expose this to Docker, right? Because we're building this in a container, right? We're building it in a container. So let's go set an arg in our Docker file. It should be in the build stage, right? Yeah. It should be up here. Okay. We'll just do it right up here. I believe this is like Vite clerk publish a little key. Yep. I think this is all we have to do, right? I just showed you guys the public key. Look, there you go. There it is. Remember it, copy and paste it. You can validate. You can validate it now. I do have an inversion. You know what? You know what it is, Cypher? You know how many times I've exposed keys and had to rotate them? You know how many hours I've wasted of my life rotating secrets that I accidentally exposed? It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of hours. So now I have a good inversion. I believe, okay, you were asking, does arg? I do believe that is what that does. Docker file arg. Okay. Build time variables. They are only available at the moment they are announced. In the Docker file and the arg instruction. Yep. Running containers can't access the values of arg variables. So anything that you run via this command entry point instructions won't see those arg variables. Right. They're only there during build time. And that's all we need them. Okay. This is good. I think this is good. This will set it in the environment, right? See? It's just like an EMV. No, I don't think so, because when you build, it gets bundled into the application, right? So it's still available. It just doesn't need to be in the environment, right? It doesn't need to be in the environment at that point. Because npm build is going to take this and build it into the image. It's not getting it from the environment each time it validates. And you could use env, and it doesn't even matter because we're doing a multi-stage build. But what env, the difference between arg and env is this. Arg is going to stick around till here, and then it's gone. whereas env will be available when it's running. Now, again, we're doing multi-stage, so that doesn't even really matter unless we did it here. But I think this will work. I think this will work. I'm like fairly confident that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Updated the container image to have the publishable key. All right. Now our container image will automatically get built. Our dev manifest will get automatically updated, and we are cooking on all cylinders here. We are cooking on all cylinders here. Let's check out where Argo CD is the thing that's powering, pulling those manifests. And I have not checked on poor Argo CD in a long time. So we're going to pull it up. We're going to try to understand the current state of our disaster. So with Argo CD, you deploy stuff through these deployments. And so we display cert manager, infrastructure, null bot app, null cloud. This is the null cloud. And you can see we're currently deploying the prod overlays of everything instead of the dev. So we've been doing all of this in dev. And for the longest time, prod and dev were the exact same thing as we were just playing around with stuff. And they're not anymore. So in theory, we change this to dev and everything cascades and changes, but it's going to break everything. Because I'm sure that I didn't write all of these manifests in all of this just perfectly. Oh, prod is probably busted for the container runner because all of these need to be prod and dev now. Uh-oh. I already noticed one problem. We got to fix that before we do anything more. We have busted. I can guarantee you that if we proxy into Argo CD, so the web page of Argo CD isn't exposed at this point. I don't think. Is it? Let's find out. Let's find out. Context. K0S. Namespaces. Let's see. We have Argo CD as a namespace. Let's just jump to that. So 2. Let's go to services. Do we have a load balancer? Ooh, we do have a load balancer. What a fancy me I was a year ago. Look at that. All right, let's check it out. Yep, it's not advanced. Continue. Do I remember what this is? Absolutely not. Not gonna say that this is what is the case here, but get Argo CD admin password. It might just be the default password. It might be. I'm not gonna say that it is. I'm just saying that it's possibly this thing that I have to run. And that it's stored in just base 64 data. Not showing that to you. Oh yeah, you guys all thought I was gonna show it to you, didn't you? So gullible. So gullible. You thought I was going to. All right. It's not admin. It's actually just a random string generated. It's actually probably a pretty secure password. Probably why I haven't changed it. But it's still in plain text in the cluster. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so it's not great. Infra's degraded a little. We haven't done any alerts or anything on this. And we haven't resynced anything from a year ago. So if we resunkalized this, you can see it's kind of upset. It's kind of upset. Okay, so we got to fix it. Part of me says maybe would people be interested in building this Kubernetes cluster from the ground up to run the null cloud? Maybe we'll do it after we get the upgrade. So what I would love to do is we have this web page, and what I'd love to do is basically get it where we can all sign in with the new UI and everything. And then I'd like to nuke it and start fresh, because one of the things I want to show you guys is because all of this is defined by a Git file and our entire infrastructure is, there are some secrets that I have to put in here to make all of this work. But besides those secrets, like, it's a 20-minute thing. I install Argo CD and then I tell it the app to install, and it goes for it. It's pretty amazing. All right. So let's, what was the problem that I saw? I saw a problem. Where was that? Oh, this is. I got it. That was in here, in under overlays. Yeah. We updated this last stream. I do, light infra provisioning. I do light, so if you'll see here, I have an infra group. Let's see, over here. Yeah, over here. I have an infra group. This isn't strictly infrastructure, because I mean, all of my infrastructure is bare metal. So we're all running this on my servers back here. So it's not actually infra, but this provisions things like metal LB. This is how we get load balancers on bare metal. And this is how we can have an external IP load balancer, which is pretty awesome. So how I'm doing it is, this is like the infrastructure that my application runs on. It's not my application. None of this stuff is my application. All of this stuff is, this Origin CA issuer. This is actually that handshake I was talking about with Cloudflare. Yeah, a lot of that's what this is. Those are the two things, actually. That's it, really, actually. A lot I have in my infra. I installed Cert Manager outside of that. This is a mistake. Cert Manager should be an app of infra. because it should be available in the cluster as a thing to use. Prometheus is probably the same. It should probably be part of infra. When we redeploy, we'll take the null bot out. So yeah, it's not... It's infra light. Infra light. I manage the bare metal with blood, sweat, and tears. It's just 3 machines. About once a month they get updated. They should be updated more. I know. I get it. Actually, that's one of the things we haven't done, is we need to manage the hardware better than we do. That's something that we need to do in the future. 100%. 100%. Right now, it's just 3 machines. So it's like... It's not that bad. All right, so this is working now. And then each one of these should have a dev and a prod. Good, 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 good. And for the most part, these point to the same thing, but these just have our customization to them. Beautiful. Prod shouldn't have it. Beautiful. That is fantastic. And they both point to base. Awesome. Okay, let's check this one. Dev. Good, good, good. Customization. Oh, our automation is working. I love to see that. I love to see that. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's just check prod. Has it. Beautiful. All right. KPAC is not us. So yeah. That's as is networking. That's our gateway, I guess. But yeah, we're just... Ooh, actually, do we do that in here? 1 second. Wait. Whoa. Base. Overlays. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Container runner and networking. So the networking is the one I'm concerned about. This one is just it. Okay, so we need to go update these. We don't have a division here yet. And that's fine. Yes. So at this point, whenever, let's see. So at this point, whenever anything is pushed to either of these two, at this point, what we've done tonight is not the null DB, my bad. Whenever anything to the null cloud UI project, that's the front end project, and the Eddington, those are the backend services, is updated and pushed to the main branch. We build a container, we tag it with the SHA, we upload that to Docker Hub. Then, and only then, we update the deployments on the dev section and push the commits there. And if Argo CD is running correctly and we have auto sync on, it will automatically pull those and run those in our dev environment, which is, I mean, we don't have a prod environment. I'm setting it up for the future. Hopefully we get a prod environment, but yeah. So we're continuously delivering to prod. So the idea will be that what will happen is we won't have the goal here is, so we have these, and basically what happens to update prod is using the base. And so what we need to do is, just like we updated, whenever we want to like cut a release, all we have to do is take the images from, let me show you, from these customizations. So all we have to do, this was not the good one to show, was it? No, it wasn't. So all we have to do is take these, and we can actually make this a GitHub action as well. We just need to take this and copy that to prod for all the services. So whatever's in the prod, copy that to dev. Or whatever's in the dev, copy that to prod. And that would be like cutting a release. Now, what I would say is I wouldn't auto deploy. So basically, there's this auto sync. You can basically set this up to auto sync. And because it's in an error state, it's not auto syncing. But what I would do is basically say for production, you don't auto sync, which means that pushing to the prod manifests here doesn't automatically make it change. Not at first. At first, you have to come in here and press the sync button to say, nope, I'm ready. I'm very ready. I looked through it. It was good. I'm very ready. But maybe we get to the point where I don't think that the null cloud is something that will be deployed automatically ever. I feel like that's a great way to break stuff quickly. Okay. Those are fixed now. So the last thing that we could do, I'm just going to do it and we'll fix it later. We're not going to fix it tonight. It's going to break everything. We're going to go to apps, and then we're going to go to the null cloud, and we're going to change this to dev. Feature branch environments for PRs. Interesting statement. Interesting statement. Feature branch environments for PRs. So if I was going to do it for the null cloud, I would probably spin up a Kubernetes cluster in a cloud somewhere. Because the null cloud is very much a cloud designed to do infrastructure. So this is maybe a little bit of a different topic than what we're talking about. Maybe. Okay, so this is an interesting thing. We changed the health is missing. Ah, this is interesting. This is interesting. It's missing because we changed it from prod to dev. I was hoping I could just slide it in, but I think it decided that it did not like that. I think it did not like that. We'll see. We'll see. This will take a little while to rectify. So, Cypher, no, I get 100% what you're wanting. And actually, one of the hopes and goals for the null cloud is that we can bring that as a service really easily. So one thing that I would love to be able to do is basically say, as soon as a PR hits, because the whole idea is the null cloud will be completely serverless for you, or can be if you'd like. And so as soon as a PR hits your repository, your repo sits here, and a new PR hits it, what I would love to be able to do is be able to say, you know, this is your, let's say this is your prod env. This is PR env. And we could make a bot that automatically posts the URL to this env to the PR. Just a really thin, lightweight. This is it. Here you go. Have fun with it. Now, doing this for the null cloud is a completely different thing, because the null cloud, like, part of the feature set is that I will manage machines. So this is actually much harder to do than this. This, I actually have ideas on how to handle this and deal with this. This, I have ideas, but they're out there. You know, this requires like having a way to virtually do it. So you have to have some VMs. This is why I said I most likely would do this initially in a cloud. Because initially you need some way to virtualize and programmatically do machines. I provide that on top of these machines. On top of the machines, I do provide that up here. But to test the system that provides that, you'd have to use another system. And maybe we can do it with the null cloud. Maybe eventually, if the null cloud supports VMs, if the null cloud supports VMs, right now it doesn't. But if we did support VMs, maybe we could do that virtual environment on top of the null cloud for our testing. That would be really cool. But like I said, like, so many things have to happen for this to work out. Right now, we tested in dev. Now, the null cloud UI, you're correct about that. And that would be like a good baby step. That would be a good baby step, actually. Because the null cloud UI can run on the null cloud right now. What the null cloud UI needs right now, it just runs in a container, could actually run on the... Maybe that's the first thing that we do with the null cloud, is get it... Like, that's how we could test that system, is make it where it makes that PR for the UI. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Cypher, you're getting 100% raise. You're getting 100% raise. So this is processing. We'll let it sit and process for overnight. We're gonna probably wrap up stream here soon. I'm happy where we're at, because at this point, everything's updating. Now, whether our manifest files are right or not, that's another step. That's another topic. Like, that's like an entirely different topic. And I'm going to plan on massaging these. Oh, check this out. It did pick up the newest edits. We're in dev now. We're in dev. Now, there were a lot of changes. There was a lot of changes. So yeah, it's definitely not fully functioning here. Yeah, switch to dev, synced. I've never had this. Okay, so it's still working. So yeah, it's still working on a few of these things. I will be super happy though if, by the end of this week, we make a change to the UI project and we get to see it. Like, you guys get to see it. That would be like, we could, no healthy upstream. It's working on it, guys. It's working on it. We at least borked the old thing that was there. We at least ruined the old thing. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to be looking at this. It is currently progressing. I did a rug pull on it effectively, so we'll give it a little bit of time. It hasn't aired out, and this is fine for this to. The container runner controller shouldn't affect the front end. Yeah, shouldn't affect the front end. Let's see what this app details are. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. We'll give it some time. I can actually hear them thinking. Their fans have sped up, so they're definitely doing something. It might be mining Bitcoin. We're not sure, but they're doing something. They're working. What does no, I don't know what's giving that response. The no healthy upstream. There's a lot of things in the middle of this. There's a lot of things in the middle of this. So we're getting a 503 service unavailable. Now, the interesting thing is I can tell you that it's our service. And the reason I can tell you that is if Cloudflare can't reach us, Cloudflare will actually put a broken handshake here. So Cloudflare obviously can reach us. Now, is this our ingress saying no healthy upstream? I don't know. And part of this is because this will obfuscate it. Like, this remote address is obviously Cloudflare's remote address returning what it's gotten from us. So yeah, let's see if we can see something in its headers. Yeah, see, unfortunately, it's unfortunately mangled a little bit with Cloudflare stuff. ToggleBit, I don't believe in private keys. I only believe in public keys. Never leaked a private key with that belief set. Never leaked a... you know, it's impossible for me to leak a private key. Impossible. I'm doing well, ToggleBit. How are you doing? We did just break my baby, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. She'll come back. Says it's running. I have leaked so many private keys, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Streaming's hard. You have like private keys that you don't want to leak. Forget those. Forget private keys. All right. I just wanted to check the version that's actually running. What am I doing? Where? All right. Is this the right one? This is actually okay. So for everybody that's new to this, this is what's running in production right now, or in dev. This is what's running in production. Let's check what code this is. This is actually kind of easy. So we can go to GitHub, null cloud deployments, jump in here, get rid of you. We can go to our deployments. We can jump into the null cloud overlays, dev, customization. Nope. UI. Dev customization, and we can see that this is what it's saying should be. This is right here. So this is not the one. We can tell that our server is out of sync with what should be there. This is what we're saying should. I don't know why this is here. I think we have a bit of broken automation. Okay, so not only can we tell that this is not what we're wanting to be deployed, but we can also go and actually find this PR. Like, that is the SHA of the code that's deployed there. So if we had a bug that we were running into in production, we can take this. Oh, sorry. This is the container ID. I'm just a big dum-dum. It's late. Super big dum-dum right now. This is the code. This is the SHA. My goodness. Which is the one that we have here. So that's cool. Super awesome. It's actually working. I blamed it for not working, and I was just reading the wrong line. All right. So, but if we wanted to go find this code, we could. We could jump over here, jump into the null cloud UI, go to our commits, and find the SHA, and it happens to be the last one. This is the code. This is the exact code right here in history that is deployed. This is what's running in production right now. That's the power of GitOps. Obviously also breaking everything. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I got kind of excited about it because this is pretty cool. Now, why did this break? I have no idea. I have no idea. That sucks. But we're going to solve that another night. We're going to find somebody to raid at this late hour. We're going to find somebody to raid, and we'll fix the no healthy upstream. I have no idea where that broke. You know how many different places that could be broken? Let's go back to our network. You know what? Just as I want to think through this, and then we're going to raid somebody. This was our network. This was our network. So we have from... This isn't even true because we need to go the internet to Cloudflare. All right. Now, once it gets to Ingress, it has a few more steps here. We have our service and our what is this called? This is the actual container. So basically, all of these things have to work. And the worst part about it, because of this handshake between these two things here, because of this handshake right here, everything is obfuscated by Cloudflare. So me sitting right here, I go out through here, I hit here, and then this flow happens. But the only thing I can see is right here. Cypher, I won't forget the raise. It was a really good idea. I said, and I stand by it, 100% raise. Everybody in chat, hold me to that. Cypher gets 100% raise for the good idea. When we create the feature where we do this, where when you make a PR to the UI repo, we want to stand up a dev environment and make a comment on the PR with the location of that, so you can view it. Beautiful idea. 100% raise. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to start from I'm just going to have to start at each layer and test. One of the hard parts about Ingress, and I can show you guys later, but one of the hard parts about Ingress is it actually maps on the route. So testing Ingress, you kind of actually have to use the fully qualified domain name, or else it will say no. But we can test other pieces for sure. Let's find somebody to raid. Got to raid people because Togglebit's lazy. No, I like raiding people anyways. All right, let's see. Who are we raiding today? Your wife thinks I'm a bad influence just because I asked you to do a hot tub stream with me? She thinks I'm a bad influence? I don't see how that's true. I think it's a good influence. It's going to get you paid more. You know how many people would tune in to see the American Toggle hot tub stream? At least 3 people. Oh, I'm the reason. I'm the reason she hasn't won the lottery. Okay, I see how this goes. I see how this goes. Okay. All right, let's find somebody that's a little bit smaller. Oh, this person's doing Zig. Oh, it's Grey Hatter. Let's go raid Grey Hatter. Doing Zig. I'm not following Grey Hatter. Don't tell Grey Hatter I wasn't following Grey Hatter. All right, he's doing some Zig. I know that he's very opinionated about it. We're going to go follow Grey Hatter. Then I want you guys to follow Togglebit. I want you to get on his stream and tell him how great a hot tub stream that it would be. I think it would be fantastic. And thank you for the follow. Look, I need somebody else to feel the pain and suffering, Toggle, so. All right, go say hi to the Great Hatter. And thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you had fun as we traverse doing this stuff. And I hope to see you guys, soon. Bye, YouTube.